Hey, how's it going? We are in the snow. We are in a winter wonderland right now. So I wasn't going to make one of these videos this week, but I figure, hey, it's snowing. This is the first snowfall of the season, so let's make a vlog video. Sounds good, right? We're going through the tunnel right there. That's a nice shot. How about that for the YouTube thumbnail? YouTube screenshot, I should say. But yeah, this is going to be like a more, one of the more typical whiny vlog videos, I guess. So I'm going to walk very slow. It's very pretty in here, though. I mean, because of all the snow on the ground, it sort of gives off some light, some brightness to it. So I think this is going to look nice, at least. But yeah, I thought it's been a while since I've sort of talked or gave an update on what is going on with like my hands and stuff. I did make my diagnosis video, but that was sort of like a comedy sketch and it wasn't very in-depth. I'm trying to think when my last one was. I mean, I made my Big City Todd vlog, which was like 2 hours long, but that was mostly me just eating. And I don't know if I made anything after that. Anyway, next week I have another appointment with the rheumatologist, and I'm kind of stressing out about it because, so I'll just start off I'll give a little bit of a recap. Hopefully I could talk about this for literal hours, but I'm not going to do that right now because we're outside. I do have a glove on, by the way. I'm holding the camera with this glove, so hopefully my hand will hold up in the cold. It's not even that cold. It's like 1 degree or 0 degrees, so 32 Fahrenheit. So it's not too bad at all. It's just a bunch of snow. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so back in April of 2024, a long time ago, I had to stop doing my Time of Death Plays id Games video series where I was playing through a whole bunch of Doom levels because of pain in my left wrist. And then, I was hoping it would get better. It didn't. Started seeing a doctor. That turned out to be a disaster. He kept misdiagnosing me. And he eventually just started treating me like a hypochondriac. And he was visibly annoyed whenever I would go in for an appointment. It was a really bad experience. And he never once mentioned the possibility of arthritis to me. I was the one who brought it up because nothing was working that he was telling me to do. And so, I'm at home Googling, trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And I bring it up to him in one of my appointments. This was months after I started seeing him. And he said, well, it might be arthritis. So he sets up an appointment with a rheumatologist, which was 5 months in the future. So that was pretty ridiculous. I talked about that in a previous video. And then I also wanted to get some MRIs done. He tried to talk me out of getting MRIs, saying it wouldn't show anything. And of course, they showed stuff. So after that, I haven't seen him again. It just drives me crazy. I can't see that guy anymore. I can't talk to that guy anymore. Anyway, so I started seeing the rheumatologist. He's actually taking my issues seriously, and he was able to figure out a little bit of what's wrong with me, which was nice. So the first time I saw the rheumatologist, it was in April of. Wait a minute, was it in April? Yeah, it was in April of this year. So a year after I started having issues was the first time I saw the rheumatologist. And on my first visit, he what did he do? He diagnosed me with chronic inflammation. And so that could be caused by various things. He wanted to rule out specific things. So I had to wait 3 months because if it was a viral infection, it would get flushed out of my system in 12 weeks. So 3 months go by, no change in my wrist, and then so I go back to see him again in July, and I had to get a few tests done, and I got some blood work done, and then and then my second visit to him, he diagnosed me with inflammatory arthritis, and so he put me on a medication, hydroxychloroquine. And he said, and then I have to see him again 4 months into the future, and that will be next week. Is the 4 month date. And he said it would take 4 months to see if the medication works, and it's literally done nothing. So I don't know what's going to happen now. So anyway, my issue is, I was having trouble bending my wrist. So April of 2024, I was having trouble. There was pain bending my wrist in my left wrist. And then 2 months later, same thing happened in my right wrist. And so what happens? So I stopped playing Doom entirely. I stopped doing my video series. I stopped playing guitar. I stopped playing drums. Eventually I had to stop working. I had to stop doing the chores that I have to do. And because I can't physically do them anymore. And so I've become a useless human, as they say. I can't contribute. And there's been literally no improvement in my wrist since 2024. April for my left wrist, and then June for my right wrist. And so just to put that into perspective, I've released new music it's very dark in this area right here. I've released new music every single year since 1997. That's almost 30 years that I've released new music every single year. And I haven't released any new music since April of 2020, since March. I was getting ready to record some new music in April, but I wasn't able to. So that's pretty insane. And also Doom, I started Doom mapping, making Doom levels in 2004. I released my first map in 2005. I've released new maps every single year since then, except for 2025. So that's 20 years in a row. So this is a pretty serious business. I mean, my hobbies are my whole life, and I haven't been able to do them. And I didn't really plan what I was going to. I planned a little bit what I was going to say, but I don't know. I didn't really have a script. I feel like there was supposed to be more I was supposed to talk about regarding those things. But yeah. So, but yeah, my condition has just been slowly deteriorating ever since April of 2024. When this problem happened. Oh yeah, so I'll talk about arthritis. So I don't know if you know what arthritis is. I didn't know what arthritis was. I mean, I've heard of it obviously, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just like something that old people get. Hey, we actually have some light now. Maybe I'll just stand here for a bit. But yeah, I felt like arthritis is just something old people get. I didn't know what that means, but apparently arthritis is just like an umbrella term that describes your joints being affected by something. So there are many different forms of arthritis. I think there's like over 100. But what I have is I have at least one. I might have more than one form of inflammatory arthritis. Inflammatory arthritis is another umbrella term that's like for a group of arthritises. I don't know if that's the correct pluralization of arthritis, but there are several forms of inflammatory arthritis, and so that deals with inflammation. So regular arthritis also deals with inflammation, but inflammatory arthritis apparently is more involved with inflammation. I don't really know, and most of the forms of inflammatory arthritis are autoimmune diseases. So I didn't know what that was either, but apparently that's when your immune system attacks its own body mistakenly. And so what's been happening with me, my immune system's been attacking areas on my body. And so one of the things that happens when you have inflammatory arthritis, you have these what they call flare-ups. So your body will send out these inflammatory cells. I think this is what's happening. Your immune system will send out these inflammatory cells to attack a supposed threat. And even though there's no threat there, and then so it attacks healthy parts of your body. And so that's what's happening to me. But like for my wrists and in my hands and my fingers, what I would describe that as being in a permanent flare-up state. Normally flare-ups are temporary. And then like it'll last from anywhere to like a day to a couple weeks to a month even. But there's been literally no relief on my wrists. And now my fingers, my hands and my fingers drive me crazy, especially lately. My thumbs especially too. And there's just been no relief. So I would describe them as being in a permanent flare-up state. Whereas I'm still getting flare-ups all over my body and all of my joints, and it'll keep changing location. I talked about one of the flare-ups in one of my previous vlog videos that happened in my groin area. That was pretty nasty. I didn't go into detail, obviously. I mean, I could, but it's pretty gross. But so it's not just my joints that are being affected. It's also other areas of my body. And as I started, once he diagnosed me with inflammatory arthritis, started reading about it, I'm going to start going back through the woods again, even though it's super dark. Maybe I'll just walk a little faster, I mean. But yeah, I started reading about inflammatory arthritis, and my entire life finally started to make sense, because I was reading about the symptoms and all that, and it's like, I've been experiencing this for like my whole life. And it really put off a light bulb in my head, like, oh, this is why I'm the way I am. A lot of the things I've been experiencing, I didn't even realize were symptoms of something. I thought they were just, I don't know, maybe everyone experienced them, or maybe only certain people experienced them, but it really started to shine a light on what was going on with me. And it also shows that, I've gone this long without being treated for this or diagnosed with it. And so, which is not good, by the way, because with inflammatory arthritis and autoimmune diseases, I don't know if all autoimmune diseases, but specifically for inflammatory arthritis, there's no cure. Like, there's no way to cure it. You have it, and the only thing you can do is try and manage the symptoms. And if you let it go for too long, apparently your symptoms might not be able to be managed. And I think I'm at the point, considering that this has been going on for so long in my life, where it's possible that there's been permanent damage done to my wrists and my hands, maybe other areas of my body, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see what the rheumatologist says in our next appointment. I was going on a roll there, and I feel like but we're at 12 minutes. Yeah, I should probably stop. I'll walk until over here, and then I'll just stop. But so, yeah, there's been literally no improvement in, I think I counted it was like 18 or 19 months. So it's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I've just been trying to, so I stopped playing drums, stopped playing guitar. I've stopped playing Doom, stopped playing all video games, stopped mapping. I stopped building my TV antennas, designing my TV antennas. I had to stop doing a bunch of stuff on the computer, like visiting certain websites and using my phone a lot, because it's just, I only have a specific amount of hand movements that I can do during a day before it becomes too painful. And so I was publishing multiple Doom videos a day, but now I'm just down to one. And then I'm still doing one music short a day. By the way, I haven't clipped out any new Doom level. I haven't made any new Doom clips in 2 months. All the ones I've been publishing lately were done 2 months ago. So I don't know if I'm going to actually make more, because that would involve doing more stuff on the computer. And so I had to stop doing my Bandcamp Dailies segment, because it was too hard on my hands, because I have to do some research and stuff on the computer. And so I stopped doing that. I stopped doing a bunch of my reaction videos because it was just too hard on my hands. And so now I'm just doing the comedy sketches basically. And then I just have to do a few clicks in order to, because all my music stuff, my music shorts and my Doom level playthroughs are already uploaded to YouTube, so I just have to go and schedule the uploads or schedule the publishing of the video. So all I'm doing right now is it's just the wind. I thought there was a car. All I'm doing right now is making those comedy sketches every day, except I'm not doing one today. It's very dark again. And honestly, that's been really fun. I'm just trying to enjoy myself for as long as I can, because it seems like this condition is not going to improve. So apparently you can have like multiple forms of autoimmune diseases. If you have, like, I think I have rheumatoid arthritis, but I think I might also have another form of inflammatory arthritis. So if you have one, you're more susceptible to having another one too. And I have symptoms that sort of match to a different form of arthritis as well, to multiple forms. And so I'm going to have to talk to my doctor. Oh yeah, so another thing I was going to say. First I'll say this. But yeah, I've been doing the comedy sketches. That's been very fun. Like I said, I've been recording music, writing music for so long and doing doom levels. And that's a very nice, very fulfilling creative outlet for me that I've enjoyed for so many years. And I didn't realize how much of a part of my life that is. Because as soon as I stopped doing it, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? I need that form of I need a way to express myself creatively. And so doing these comedy sketches has been that. I've been sort of replaced. That is how I express myself creatively now. But also, I forgot what I was going to say, actually, when I went back. Anyway, hopefully, I lost it. I lost it. Let's see if it comes back. We're at 17 minutes. This is honestly not bad. I could literally talk about this for hours, and I might. Oh, I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, I got it. I can make another video actually, where I go super in depth about this stuff, and I might do that eventually. But so what I did once I started reading about the inflammatory arthritis, I started trying to go through like my entire life in my head, because I had avoided going to see a doctor my entire life. I had my tonsils taken out when I was 10, and I think that was the last time I saw a doctor. And so, because I hate going to the doctor, I hate going to the dentist, and I tried. I was sort of a little bit agoraphobic, and so I was trying my darndest not to see a doctor ever, but eventually. And now I lost what I was going to say again. Oh yeah, okay. So I was going over in my head all these issues I've been having over the years, and I started compiling a list in Notepad of all those things so I can show the rheumatologist next week. Maybe it'll help him sort of give me a sort of a more detailed diagnosis. And what else was I going to say? I don't remember. I really wanted to hawk a loogie right there. Yeah. So I guess I'll stop it there. There's more that I was going to say, but I forget it. And it's getting kind of dark, so I should probably stop. Maybe I can get into some nicer area right there. But it's very pretty outside. Very pretty. And it's going to get darker actually. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. So yeah, basically I'm just trying to enjoy myself as much as possible for the time being. And we'll see what happens. Apparently, so I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm taking this medication called hydroxychloroquine, which apparently is like an immunomodulator. I think a modulator, but it's supposed to modulate your immune system, and but it's not doing anything. Apparently it doesn't work for some people, and people can develop antibodies. But I also read that you can go on like a immunosuppressant, so it'll like suppress your immune system, turn it off, but then you're susceptible to infections and, getting sick and stuff, which is not good because I currently have infections. I have a problem with infections right now. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll give an update. I mean, to be honest, I've already accepted the fact that I'll never get better and I'll never be able to play music anymore, or any of the things any of the things I like to do, which honestly I've already accepted it. So I mean, it's not fine, but I'm not really sad about it, because I've already sort of accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in those aspects of life. But yeah, I mean, like, people rely on me for certain things, and I haven't been able to do those things. So I'm also turning into a burden right now. So it's not very good. Anyway, this was a whiny vlog. This was a typical whiny vlog. I'm sort of trying. Oh, we're at 20 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to stop it right now. I'm currently sliding down a hill. So I'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, just a little update. I had my chocolate cake today, the chocolate truffle mousse cake. Oh my God, that was so good. I didn't have anything else for lunch. I just had the piece of cake, I had over half of the cake. And after I didn't have anything else to eat, I had quite a nap afterwards. It zonked me out. And tonight I'm having my chicken and potatoes and assorted veggies. And I think I'm going to have my cookies tonight. So I have to have my cookies tonight. Anyway, I will talk to you later. I'm actually going to stop it now.